Greetings everybody, I am Miranda and you're here with May Yoga. Today we're going to be doing a focus video on our shoulders, our neck, a little into our upper back as well, help release those tensions that you build up. For props today, you might not need anything, but for any of my beginners or people who maybe have a bit of extra tightness in their shoulders, you might want to go ahead and grab a yoga strap or a substitute. And then, of course, as always, have that water nearby for you. If this is your first time practicing with me, please check the description below this video. There's a link for a separate video called Tips for a Safe Yoga Practice, and watch that first. Okay, jumping right into this, you're going to start in a cross-legged seated position, somewhere you can hold for a while. I'm going to be your mirror during the first part of this. So you're going to start just crisscrossing the arms. Bring the left arm in front and the right arm behind, so the right palm, back of the right hand, comes across towards that left hip. Just starting to open the shoulders. Keep your shoulders flush to the long edge of the mat. Holding your arms here, we're going to do some slow neck rolls. So inhale, exhale, let the head fall forward and start to make clockwise neck rolls. Inhaling when your head comes up and exhale when it falls forward. Following with your slow breaths, starting to wake up our neck here. Keeping those arms steady against your body. And when you reach that forward with your head on your next exhale, hold at the bottom there. Inhale, pick the head up. And then we're going to release the arms and go to the opposite direction. So right arm crosses in front, the back of the left hand comes towards that right hip. Keep the shoulders flush to the long edge of the mat. Inhale here. Exhale again, drop the head, chin to chest. And now neck rolls in the counterclockwise direction. Still following our breath. And of course, if it feels really nice in one spot, you want to hold in that neck roll. You can always do that, and then continue the circle when you're ready. One last rotation here, and everyone meeting again with your chin dropped down to the chest. Release the arms straight out in front of your side. And now we're going to crisscross the arms so that the hands come towards the knees. Drop the chin down to the chest, and just holding these knees, start to pull. You're making space between the shoulder blades. So think about broadening the shoulder blades, relaxing the face. Left arm is crossed over the right. It doesn't really matter which side you do first, as long as you do both sides. Just holding here. And then release the arms by the side of the body. We're going to go to shoulder rolls. Inhale, roll them forward. And exhale, back. Doing some slow shoulder rolls. Really squeeze them up to the ears. Exhale. Draw them down the back. Shoulder blades come together. Drop them down. One more here. And exhale. And now crisscrossing the arms in the opposite way that you did earlier. Hands reach for the knees. Drop that chin down towards the chest. Curve the spine a little bit, making space between those shoulder blades. Creating a stretch across the backs of our shoulders into the triceps. One last slow inhale. And exhale. Inhale, release. Release those arms to the side. Shake them out. And then relaxing the hands for a moment on the legs. We're going to be moving our arms up overhead next. So inhale those arms in a circle, wide up to the sky. Palms face each other. Exhale, do the cactus arms, those beautiful, strong cactus arms. Inhale, coming right back up. Next, you're going to be, again, I'm still being your mirror. You're going to grab your left wrist with the right hand and just pull that left arm up. You can do a small side bend, but really this is more about an extension throughout your whole arm at first, not worrying about the curve or anything. Just opening up the hand, left hand, straightening out the whole arm. Inhale. Exhale, release, doing that cactus arm movement again. Inhale, come up and switch hands. Grabbing the right wrist to the left hand, pulling up, small bend here, but nothing big. Just starting to sit up really nice and tall here. Inhale. Exhale, going back to those cactus arms. And now on the inhale, switching sides here, you're going to think about bending over to the right hand side. First helping yourself here. And then that left palm is facing down. Drop that right hand down to the mat, away from the right hip, perpendicular from the body, and bend into that elbow. Going into this lovely lateral bend. Holding here, or if you want to kind of challenge that neck a little bit, go ahead and turn the head, looking up at the sky. Going to the edge of that comfort zone, just a little beyond, and holding. Starting to loosen up all these spots here in a gentle manner, nothing too harsh. Inhale, push into the right hand, come all the way up. Cactus arms again, release the elbows down to the earth, and inhale up. And now starting on the opposite side, so grabbing the right wrist, starting to move over, and then dropping that left hand perpendicular from the body, away from that left hip, bending that left elbow, drawing yourself to that lateral bend on the other side, and then turning the head to look up at the sky. Pushing into the left hand, right fingers are spread wide. Make sure you're drawing that right hip so it stays down, not letting that hip pop off the mat. Last breath here. Inhale, push into the left hand, draw up. Palms touch, exhale to the heart. Just close the eyes for a minute, just letting the arms relax. Already feeling a little bit more warm, a little bit more open there. Next, we're going to be moving into a lovely spinal kind of twist, and also doing Garudasana arms, which is eagle arms. So to do this, you can just stay in a seated regular Sukhasana, but I encourage you to bring the hips a little bit into it, get a little extra bit of work. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw that left knee to the front, and then pick up the right foot, cross it over. Now this is as far as you go, that's fine. Keep that left foot flexed, the right foot pushing down. If it's available to you, you can help to guide that right knee, stack it on top of the left. Make sure that your sit bones are grounded between the feet. Both feet are flexed, okay? And whatever leg is on top, you do the opposite arm on top in eagle arms. So that'll kind of guide you here. So bring those arms out in front of you. The right leg is on top, and so the left arm is going to cross over, make that X, bend at the elbows. Maybe just bring the back of the hands together, maybe bring the palms of the hands together in full bind. When you have this, you're going to inhale, start to lift the hands up to the sky, releasing a little deeper into the shoulder blades. Taking 3 more deep breaths here, pressing into those hands, checking that your sit bones are both connected to the earth, your feet are flexed. Last breath. Inhale, swoop those arms all the way up to the sky in a circle. And now exhale, twist over to the right side. Left hand comes to the top of that right leg, and then the right hand goes 1 palm length away from your lower back. Spreading the fingers wide on the right hand, and then pushing into that right leg, opening up here, looking over that right shoulder, just getting a nice little spinal twist while we're still working our shoulders. Making sure you're not holding your breath here. letting that oxygen come in. Last breath. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and inhale both arms up, palms touch, exhale to the heart. Switching sides, of course, so releasing yourself from this little hip work, and then drawing that right knee in front of you, crossing the left foot over. Again, if this is where you were on the first side, stay here, that's fine. Or if you want to work into that deeper level, you're going to flex the feet very, very nicely. Stack those knees. Make sure those sit bones are down. Hold here for a moment. So now your left leg is on top, which means your right arm will be on top. So arms out, right crosses over left, bend the elbows, draw the hands, whichever bind you can go into, and then begin to lift up the hands. Feel like those hands are getting pulled up to the sky. Your elbows lift, deepening that stretch in between the shoulder blades. One straight line of energy from the crown of the head down to the base of your spine. One more breath here. And then releasing those arms very nicely. Swoop the arms up to the sky. And now going into the twist over to the left side. Left hand comes behind the body, one palm length away. Hand grounds down. And then pushing into that right arm, looking over that left shoulder. Always a lovely image to think about if you feel like there's any tension or toxins built in the body. When you do these twists, you're wringing them out like a wet towel. You're releasing them. You don't need them anymore. So you're letting that out. Peeling that left shoulder open just a little bit further. And then inhale, arms come up to the sky. Palms touch. Exhale to the heart. Slowly releasing the legs here. Use your hands. Just bringing your feet down to the mat in front of you. Wrapping the arms around. Give yourself a hug here. Dropping the chin down to the chest for a moment. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the legs. Next, we're going to be moving on to the prone part of our practice today. So I will see you on your bellies on the mat. Everyone meeting here on the stomachs to Sphinx pose. So you're going to be pressing those tops of the legs into the mat. Toes are pointed behind you. Elbows are stacked under the shoulders, pushing the forearms into the mat. I changed my hair so you can hopefully see this next pose we're going to do a little bit better. So holding here for just a moment, pulling forward on those forearms, opening the shoulders back, and then releasing yourself down to the mat. Just releasing that chin down, arms come beside the body. We're next going to be moving to Gomukhasana, arms, which means that most people do this seated. I actually like to challenge my students to do this on your stomach, because a lot of times when people do this Gomukhasana, they actually hunch forward and they're rounding their spine, and you want to have that ground against you to kind of challenge you a bit. So if you are new to yoga, go ahead and grab that yoga strap. You might need it. And to start with, we're going to bring our right arm up overhead and then bend the right elbow to bring the palm of the right hand down between the space between the shoulder blades. And now draw that left hand, so the back of the left hand is coming to the back, also trying to reach the space between the shoulder blades so that your hands can meet and clasp. You could drop that forehead down so you're not pinching the neck, and just grasping the hands, draw that right elbow so it's going up to the top of the mat, and that left elbow so it's moving to the bottom of the mat. Feeling that pull, that opening in the shoulders. And don't forget to breathe. You're not holding your breath here. I know you're on your belly, so taking a breath is a little bit more work, but that's a good thing. Inhale and exhale. Softly release the arms. And then switching here. So you can pick the head up, so you're looking forward. Bring that left palm down in front of you. Right arm comes to the side, palm facing up. And then bending that left elbow, so the palm of the left hand comes towards the shoulder blade space. Right elbow bends, so the back of the right hand comes up. Clasping those hands if you can. If you might notice that you're a little bit tighter, more loose on this side than the first side, and that's normal. Our bodies are not symmetrical. We want them to be, but they're not usually. So you can kind of maybe feel a little difference between one side and the other in these poses. Squeezing here, releasing the shoulders. Inhale and exhale, release. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. For just a moment, coming back up to that Sphinx. So our last pose today we're going to work into is a really lovely shoulder release. We're going to hold for several breaths in it. I'm going to talk you through it because it may seem a little strange to you. Okay? So to do this, you're going to be on the stomach, legs are together. Go ahead and slowly release the head down to the mat. And I'm going to do my right arm first so you can kind of see how my body turns. So your right arm comes perpendicular, 90-degree angle from the body, from that shoulder in a straight line. Dropping that head. And then you're going to start to turn over to your right side. So you come up on that right hip and that right side. That right palm is down to the ground, holding that line here. Releasing the head. And then bending that left knee, bringing the left foot behind the body to give you stability here. The left hand stays on the mat, on the fingertips or palm. And just gently push yourself, opening, using your own body weight here. That's what's lovely about this stretch, is you're just using gravity, using yourself to open your shoulder, allowing yourself to relax here as much as possible. If this ever hurts, slowly but gently, come out of this pose and maybe drop the right arm from like a 90-degree perpendicular to down a bit to kind of work with yourself. So never ever inviting pain into the body, just challenging it. Inhale and exhale. Softly release yourself back to your belly. And then switching here. Left arm comes out in a line from the shoulder, perpendicular from the body. And then I'm going to have my back to you on the camera, but I'll still be doing that verbal guidance, don't worry. So left palm stays down, right hand comes to the mat under the shoulder to kind of give you a little bit of a push. Start to roll over to the left side. Bringing that right foot behind you to the ground. Right hand is in front of the torso and the chest torso area. And then hold here. Open up over that left side. Close the eyes. Allowing yourself to stay here for a few slow breaths. Again, if you're feeling discomfort, that's okay. That's what you should be feeling. But never pushing yourself to that point of injury, of pain. Inhale, start to bring yourself back to the belly, and exhale, release. Bringing the arms down by the side for a moment, just releasing the shoulders here. And then hands come under the shoulders. You're going to push back to a final child's pose today. So pushing up on hands and knees, opening the knees up as wide as the mat, toes touching, big toes touching. Release the hips back and drop the head. Hands pull you forward, giving us the last few moments of a glorious Balasana. Releasing here. And you can stay in this child's pose as long as you like, if it feels good and you have the time. Or if you're ready to come out, just walk the hands back towards your body. And release to a seated position if you like. So hopefully feeling much more open, much more engaged and energized in those shoulder joints and the neck and everything. Hopefully that helped relieve some tension, any little bits of tightness you had built up in there. And if you did enjoy this time with me, please feel free to leave some feedback, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will look forward to seeing you again on the mat very soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.